Hello everyone, welcome to Redmen TV. Ste'S here. Yes, my reaction after Fulham 1, Liverpool 3, and after a couple of difficult weeks for the Reds, they get back on track. Yeah, of course, we all know what happened. Man United and obviously Atalanta's Crystal Palace. Atalanta, obviously Liverpool did win on Thursday night, but obviously wasn't enough to get themselves through in the Europa League. And I think it was fair to say we were all a little bit nervous going down to Craven Cottage. Fulham have actually, they've given Liverpool 3 really difficult games this season. At a time, actually, when Liverpool were in better form than they probably were rather going into this game. And yet, of the 4 games we played against Fulham, I think this one was probably the most comfortable. And for me, the credit for that actually goes to the manager. More than a couple of eyebrows were raised when the team news was announced. No Nunes, no Salah, no McAllister. They were obviously the main 3. And I'm, okay, fair enough. What's Jürgen cooking? What's Jürgen thinking? It looked to me it was all about legs, all about energy. So Elliott, Gravenberch and Endo in midfield, the front 3. Obviously Nunes is on the bench, and so is Salah. But there's Jota, there's Diaz, there's Gakpo. And the manager got a spot on again. I've even seen mad stuff on the internet this week. Listen, I know I shouldn't believe it or read everything or take notice of everything you see online, but obviously in this job you see a lot of comments, you hear a lot of stuff, you read stuff, replies, all that kind of things, like questioning the manager and is he up to it, does he give a toss, all that kind of stuff, which completely baffles me. I don't understand that at all. It's not the first time Jürgen's rang the changes after European games. He knows these lads better than anyone else. He knows the energy levels, he knows exactly what's needed, and he got it absolutely spot on. And credit to him. I know it was 1-1 at half time and everyone was a little bit deflated, obviously, when Fulham got that equaliser, but they didn't really cause Liverpool too many problems. Liverpool had the energy to match them, but also the quality. And, thank goodness they actually scored an open play goal, and then to do it again, like London Buses, open play goals come 2 at once, because Liverpool get 2 really good ones, actually, on top of Trent's free kick, which I'll touch upon in a moment. But fair play to the manager. Big calls, leaving out your record goal scorer, your record signing, probably one of Liverpool's best players of the season, if not the player of the season, in Alexis McAllister. Fair play to Jürgen, because Liverpool don't win today. If Liverpool draw or lose, I think a lot of questions would have been asked of him. The good thing about Jürgen, he's never really cared about that anyway, and the fact that he's leaving, he probably doesn't even care even more. So pretty much everything he did worked out superbly. I thought Liverpool looked defensively better. It wasn't perfect. I thought, the Fulham goal was scruffy and there's a couple of other little moments here and there. But for the most part, Liverpool looked a bit more solid. They just kind of fell asleep, actually, after going 1-0 up. But speaking of going 1-0 up, Trent, if not for that injury, I think Liverpool would be clear at the top of the league by now. He was in such good form before he got his injury and he missed so much football. The free kick's sublime, that's what he can do. I think Harvey Elliott might have wound up by taking the one before it and just p-rolling it at the wall. So Trent, the vice-captain, took charge and it was a worldie. Absolutely fantastic. But it wasn't just a free kick, it was an all-round game. Just having him back, I was thinking, what's going to change from Liverpool that we've seen for the last couple of weeks compared to now? And I really believe Trent Alexander Arnold's return, fully fit, able to play minutes, could be the point of difference for Liverpool in terms of getting all the points they require. They need to win every game, of course. It might still not be enough, but they need to do their job first. And having Trent back gives them a real big opportunity. He plays like he did today. Not just the goal, but some of the passing was just out of this world. It was outrageous, as it always is. So real key thing to get Trent back on the pitch, get him fit and firing. Absolutely fantastic for us. Listen, Gravenberch, I saw a few at half time moaning about his performance and stuff. What Gravenberch does give Liverpool in midfield, and we saw it again today before we speak about his goal, his ability to take the ball on the half-turn and go. It's a little bit Adam Lallana-esque in that he lets the ball drift across him and opens up space. Because too often, and we saw this on Thursday night, it can be a little bit back to goal, a bit static, give it back to where it came from in defence. Gravenberch is always willing to take the half-turn and get on the front foot. Doesn't always work, and listen, you can tell he was a little bit rusty. Although you probably wouldn't have thought that when he scores an absolute worldie to make it 2-1. Really good finish. What a way to get your first Premier League goal for him. Absolutely delighted for him, because he's another one who's been questioned a little bit. whether it's obviously the injury in the final, he hasn't really been available since then. And even when he has, Jürgen hasn't really gone to him. He goes to him today, and Gravenberch rewards the manager with a wonderful goal. And I think he had an iffy-ish first half, not bad, just okay-ish. But his ability on the turn, I think, really opened things up for Liverpool, which is great to see. And then I think Jota is, I'm going to say, I haven't quite made my mind with it. Is Jota the best finisher at the football club? Mo Salah might disagree, but probably is. Jota, and he listen, first goal for a while. He's another one. If he'd have been fit for a long time, who knows where we would be now. Is but a maybes and all that, as someone famously once said on this channel. Takes his goal really, really well. I actually think you see the difference between Jota and maybe Darwin a little bit later on, who rushes a couple of chances that he has. But all round, just an absolutely thoroughly professional performance from Liverpool. I want to touch on Harvey Elliott again. Energy buzzed around for 90 minutes. I know, again, maybe not the most perfect display, but Liverpool have the legs, because in recent weeks they've looked knackered. And I know some people, when I've said that on this show or on social media, I've kind of gone, no, it's nothing to do with that. It's been more about other things, quality, desire, all this kind of stuff. But I do think it comes into the equation. You know, I don't think Jürgen leaves Alexis McAllister out if he's 100%. The manager himself admitted he's got, 3 massive games in a week, starting today, then obviously the derby and then West Ham, and he has to manage his squad accordingly, and he got it absolutely spot on. He was able to rest a lot of the players who might start on Wednesday, but also he's freshened it up. He's, after Thursday night as well. And, a couple of lads have given him a decision to make on Wednesday. If he had his Derby Day team set in maybe it's not in stone, but maybe penciled in a little bit, there's a couple of lads there who maybe have forced themselves into it again. I wouldn't be disappointed if Jürgen kept the starting line, I'll be honest. Mo Salah might hate it, and Darwin Núñez wouldn't be a big fan of it. But Luis Diaz playing right wing looked good for most parts, making that into-out run. Could have scored the header, probably should have. Looked quite dangerous when he was on the pitch. Jota was actually, I thought he was a little bit off it, lacking rhythm, but gets his goal because that's what he does. I thought Gakpo had another very good game. He's starting to string games back together again now. Still a little bit of work to, I think, when he's on the counter-attack. But his all-round play and his ability to beat a man is absolutely something Liverpool have needed in the past, and they thoroughly took advantage of it today. A couple of times where, he just skips past the man and all of a sudden the game opens up. I was really encouraged by that. So yeah, fantastic for Liverpool. All told, the perfect way just to get the mood lifted, because there was, without a shadow of a doubt, after the couple of weeks we've had, probably going back to the Man United game in the Cup. I know there's been a couple of wins since then, but there's been a little bit of a grey cloud, and I think Thursday night, second half, that grey cloud turned into a big grey thundercloud that was about to burst and rain all over the end of season parade. So, today's win almost brings the sunshine out, breaks that cloud up. It's not perfect, of course. Liverpool, again, need favours, but I think it was a much more improved in performance. I thought his first 20 minutes against that Atalanta, it was good, and then faded. Today, it was actually a much longer, good performance, other than, I think they got a little bit complacent at 1-0 before half-time, a bit brain dead, taking a quick goal kick, giving the ball a silly 1-1. Should never have happened. Fulham they were never in that game, and we give them that little bit of encouragement. But other than that aside, I thought Liverpool managed the game, managed the occasion, managed all of it pretty well, and in the end, I don't think anyone would disagree. They were deserved winners on the day, and yeah, all we can do, we knew going into today, Liverpool have to win both their games, get 4 points clear of Manchester City, stay at least level with Arsenal on points, and whatever happens in their game, whatever. But Liverpool had to win tonight, and then they had to beat Everton, or they have to beat Everton, and then just put the scoreboard pressure on City. City they might just go and win all their games, and then there's nothing you can do about it. We've said that before, of course, but Liverpool had to get the job done today, and thanks to the changes I think that Jürgen Klopp made, the bravery of selection, Liverpool got the job done, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's my thoughts anyway. I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, nice one for watching, and I'll see you all soon. See you in a bit, everyone.